the survival of most of the Storches that we see today to their post-war utility in the Army de l'Air as Army artillery spotters and liaison aircraft, and also they were used as glider tugs. Unfortunately, this engine, the Argus V8, is completely unsuitable for glider tugging because it runs too hot. And so the French very quickly re-engined them with initially a French engine, the Samson radial, and then the Americans were very pleased to give them a large consignment of Jacobs 300 horsepower engines. And that became the ultimate Storch really, because it had a lot more horsepower than this aircraft, but at the expense of becoming even uglier. This particular aircraft, we can trace the wartime origins back to 1942. We know that the fuselage frame on which this aircraft is based predates 1942. And there are technical reasons that we know this. The wings were manufactured by Moraine Saulnier at the end of the war and are made in aluminium. The early Fieseler wings were made of wood, but the aluminium wings are far better, they're lighter, you can put more fuel in them. So I guess in original Fieseler configuration, this is probably the ultimate Storch. A very challenging aeroplane to fly. It's very tiring to fly. It's extremely slow. It's upset by thermic activity to a large degree. In fact, on the way here, we took advantage of a very strong thermal, throttled back and soared the thing up to 2,000 feet, saving lots of fuel. And that's not a bad idea because this thing will guzzle a minimum of 50 litres an hour. And if you want to get anywhere at a reasonable speed, and I mean maximum 75 knots, you're burning 70 litres of fuel an hour. So we cruise at 67.5 knots. The thing is still under control at 26 miles an hour. You can fly it quite happily, nose up, power. It doesn't stall power off, you can't stall it power off. All it does is just comes down like a brick.